Naomi Cowan. I am a fourth-year radio and television arts student at Ryerson University, and I have the honor and pleasure of being your MC at today's event. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Maple Leaf Gardens for a truly historic announcement. Let me begin by introducing the special guests you will be hearing from shortly. First, the Minister of Transport and Infrastructure, the Honorable John Baird. Next, the Minister of Finance and Minister responsible for the Greater Toronto Area, the Honorable Jim Flaherty. The President of Ryerson University, Mr. Sheldon Levy. And finally, the Executive Chairman of Loblaw Companies Limited, Mr. Galen G. Weston. We're going to begin today by asking the speakers to participate in our version of a ceremonial opening face-off. Maple Leaf Gardens 2011. Thank you so much. Let's hear more about today's exciting announcement. It is my pleasure to introduce the Honorable John Baird.
Thank you very much, Naomi. I am thrilled and excited to be here for what of the 7,600 odd infrastructure announcements and events that we've done around the country this year. This by far is the most exciting one. It's not just about celebrating a great iconic building, preserving history, urban revitalization, but also most importantly helping the students of Ryerson University. So I'm very excited to be here. Let me also welcome Kyle Ray, the local councillor, and my good friend, the local member of Provincial Parliament, George Smitherman. Thank you very much for both of you for being here. It's a very special day to be here and to share a celebration of an exciting new project. Maple Leaf Gardens is an historic, iconic building that so many of Canadians hold near and dear to their hearts. And it's with great pleasure that our government is working with Ryerson University to help transform this remarkable building into a remarkable landmark. When we unveiled Canada's Economic Action Plan, we knew that we could achieve much more by working with partners, by working with provinces and territories and municipalities, and with partners like Ryerson University. We knew we could do more to create jobs and get our economy back on track again. In fact, the driving force of our infrastructure stimulus program has been working in cooperation and partnerships, and we were able to accomplish a great deal working with George Smitherman and the Ontario government. That's why we're here today. This partnership will galvanize the community, ensure local jobs are created, and inspire students and families to create new memories here at the Gardens. The great partnership between the students of Ryerson and between Loblaws and the private sector is fantastic. I'm excited to be here and thrilled to have the opportunity to make this celebration an important day here in Toronto. Thank you very much.
This is a building that will, of course, live in Canadian history, and it certainly will now because we're going to make sure that it's put to good use. The Toronto Maple Leafs, of course, won 11 Stanley Cups here. It was here in 1947 that the first annual NHL All-Star Game took place. It was here in 1972, of course, that Team Canada beat the USSR 4-1. This building is more than hockey, though. Basketball, soccer, lacrosse teams have played here over the years. And Elvis Presley performed here in concert. There you go. It's the only center that... Thanks, Joe. It's the only center that hosted the Beatles in all three of their North American tours. Who knew all that? So on behalf of generations past and present, this is the serious part. I am very proud to announce a contribution from the Government of Canada of $20 million to help to build a new Ryerson Sports and Recreation Center. This new center will be a 150,000 square foot space for Ryerson students and the public to use. Once completed, it will include an NHL-sized skating rink, a running track, basketball and volleyball courts, a fitness center, and more. This center will generate excitement across the Greater Toronto Area. It will create jobs in the Toronto region. It will be remarkable once it's completed. It's just one of thousands of remarkable projects that our government is investing in across Canada. In fact, as my colleague, Minister Baird, highlighted, it is one of 12,000 projects across Canada that our government has now committed to under the Economic Action Plan. We as Canadians are looking ahead. We are funding initiatives in communities across the country, and we are seizing the opportunity to get through these difficult economic times. Together with our partners, we're helping Canada to emerge stronger than ever, and with today's announcement, we're keeping the Maple Leaf Gardens as a special place for generations of Canadians to come. Thank you very much.
The students voted overwhelmingly to increase their athletic fees to provide the university with the funding for a new sports recreation centre. It's those fees that are providing over $20 million contribution to Maple Leaf Gardens project. So the whole thing really did begin with the commitment of our wonderful students. Along the journey, next came the leadership from Loblaw, specifically Galen G. Weston, Executive Chairman, and Alan Layton, President and Deputy Chairman. It was they who approached us with the idea of building Ryerson's new sports and recreation centre here at Maple Leaf Gardens. And on that day, it was really the dream was born. Ryerson has and will continue to have an outstanding partnership with Loblaw. We're delighted to be working with them to bring Maple Leaf Gardens back to Toronto. Loblaw has agreed to work with Ryerson to raise $20 million through a joint fundraising campaign to build the new athletic centre, and we thank Loblaw for kicking off this campaign with a $5 million contribution. Today, the dream is made a reality with the announcement you have heard from the Government of Canada on their $20 million contribution. On behalf of everyone at the university, especially our students, I really do sincerely want to thank you, Minister Baird, and thank you, Minister Flaherty, for your confidence, your commitment, and your tremendous support for this very, very special project. Thank you.
In spring of 2011, you'll be able to watch the Ryerson Rams play at Centre Ice, take in some basketball or some volleyball. You may even be able to lift a few weights, and it would be remiss of me not to say, do a little bit of shopping at a Loblaw store. Together with Ryerson University and the federal government, we have found a way to bring ice back to Maple Leaf Gardens, to build a local athletic facility for one of Canada's great universities, and to open a fantastic supermarket in a neighbourhood that deserves it. This is also a great example of how business, academia, and government can work together to deliver a great result. But let's not forget, we are only just beginning the work. There is still some money to raise, and most importantly, a building to build. We have 1.5 years of very heavy lifting in front of us. When we open our doors in 2011, our development team and Turner Fleischer Architects will be excited to share with you a facility that maintains the integrity of Conn Smythe's original creation, while at the same time providing modern design, maximizing space, and embracing sustainability. The Loblaw portion of the redevelopment of Maple Leaf Gardens will include a great 70,000 square foot supermarket at street level, a standalone Joe Fresh style studio store, and some other associated retail. I'd like to thank Jane Marshall and the entire Loblaw Properties team for their effort for getting us to this place. I'd like to thank Sheldon Levy and Ryerson University for being such a great partner over the last 12 months. And I'd like to thank the Honourable Jim Flaherty and the Honourable John Baird and the federal government for their support of Ryerson University in this project. Thank you all. We know the end result will be something that the students of Ryerson and the citizens of the City of Toronto, the Province of Ontario, and Canada will be extremely proud of. Thanks a lot.
Beginning in 2011, Ryerson students and members of the community will be the beneficiaries of this unique and visionary partnership among the Government of Canada, Loblaw's Companies Limited, and Ryerson University. On behalf of every Ryerson student today and for generations to come, our heartfelt thanks to Ministers Flaherty and Baird and the Government of Canada, Mr. Galen G. Weston and Loblaw's Companies Limited, and of course, Ryerson President Sheldon Levy.